Thank you everyone for joining the session. This is day 5, and we are doing the quick tour of gratitude for this new year so that we can remember all our learnings which we learned from the book of Magic Workshop 28 days, which we spent in the last month. So we are continuing in that direction. So till now we learned how to count our blessings and how we can close our day with the gratitude, and what we can do with the magical health, magical money, magical relationship. All these things already we learned, and today we are going to learn a one special thing, which is how we can use this power when the situations are not under control, when the situations are just consequence of the previous uh, things happened in the past, and they are coming like uncontrolled situations for the scenario right now in the present. So how we can keep ourselves positive? Sometimes it can be the people, or it can be the situations, it can be the places, it can be the work. Anything can be there which is not pleasant or which is not positive and which is not gelling with this, which is not sync with our personality. One thing to remember here, we are not that much of the gratitude any time in our life if we feel that situations are not gelling with us. That means there is a gap of the gratitude in us and the situation. And if we will cover that gap also, that means we are awesome. Like, we don't need to do anything. We don't need to do meditation. We don't need to do any workshop. We don't need to do any practices. If we are using the power of the gratitude, and all the circumstances, all the people, all the locations, all the work is gelling with our personality, so that means we have covered everything. But if there is some gap with our thought process, with our thinking, and with the situation, that means gratitude gap is there, which is very practical, which is possible. Definitely we have to work in those areas, because when we are alone, when we are with the people of the same mindset, it is easy to vibrate on the gratitude. But when we are the people with a different mindset, when people are extremely negative, how we are responding, that is the game actually. So this is little difficult, but yes, we can do it, and today's session is related to that only. So if you remember, in the workshop we have covered the 2 3 chapters for that, how we can convert our mistakes into the blessings. So, and how we can take the positive outcome from the negative scenarios. Whenever this type of the scenario comes, in this negative scenario comes to you, then try to find out immediately what are the positive in that, what are the good in that scenario. There are the two type of the thing, either it is scenario or the persons. So if you have any of them for that negative situation, so first identify this thing has happened, okay, and why this thing has happened. When we used to ask the why to ourselves, then we start looking for the answer. When we start looking for the answer, then only we go and dig down the reasons for that. When we found the reasons, then we can find what are the actual situation, what the other person has done, what I have done, and how I can modify. Because how I can modify is only the situation which can help us to grow. Otherwise, we will not able to grow. So first of all, if we have to keep our ego aside, our anger aside, our stress aside, and just start thinking what is happening. This is happening for the good. Universe is making me more powerful by handling this, by passing this. If you will think like that, universe is taking care of me all the time, and whatever is coming to me, that is just part of my life game, and it is going to be here to make me more stronger, more powerful, more happier. So let me cross this barrier, let me come out from this barrier. When we will take this type of the mindset, then 90% problem will be resolved. Now we have to take our ego aside, dig down the problem, find out what is the situation. It is possible we also have done some mistake. That is easier if you are able to reach that place where you can identify your problem, where we have done the mistake. Then it is easier to write down or to ask for the forgiveness, or find out like, yes, how I can rectify. This is the one scenario. Another scenario is if you find, no, I have not done any mistake, it is not my mistake, then still find out what is the good, why this thing happened to me. So that is some lesson is there, some learning is there for me, which I have to learn. And the beauty of the universe, you can say, or the power of the universe, you can say, the same scenario will come to you multiple times. Till then, you are not learning your lessons. When you will learn your lesson, the same scenario will never happen. This I can promise you. I experimented that thing and I found the same thing is totally true. If you are not changing your response, you will get the same results all the time in the situation. When you will start giving the change in your response, then the situations will start coming. Now, the another thing what we can do in this, we can identify what is the good for me in that, what is the good for me in that person, what is the good for me in that particular situation. So by that way we can do this activity today. We have to just identify if we have done any mistake in our past, what is the learning for me. When we can find out what is the learning for me, why this thing happened to me, then we will find out, okay, these are the lessons I think I should learn, and now I learned, and start converting that learning into the blessing, because the life is just a blessings. There is no curse in the life. If you believe that, this will be really magical, because that learning you can convert into blessing. So learning is the part of the blessing. That is also the one kind of the blessing from the universe, to make you grow, to make you vibrate on the higher frequency of love, compassion, and gratitude. If you are still vibrating on the negative frequencies or the mistake frequencies, universe will find, okay, the lesson has not been completed. Then the same lesson will come with the same different people, different circumstances, different scenario, but we will get the same lesson will come to us. So for rectifying this, we have to resolve it, what I can learn from it, what I can improve in myself. And the gratitude is going to help a lot to do that. What we have to do, we have to identify the situation, we have to find out what I can improve in myself, and then start giving the gratitude. Find out the good in the other person, find out the good in the situation, find out why this thing, leave aside that thing also, just think what were the good before that in the person for me, how and why I was connected with that person, and then grab all the gratitude points of the person. I will tell you, those are the diamonds will in your hand. You will be so surprised. So many goodness is there in the relationship, so much happiness is there before that incident, and then that power, that positive power, you can use to heal the relationship, to heal that situation, to heal the response. And by healing that situation, by giving the gratitude, you will convert your learnings to your blessing. That thing today or tomorrow will also your part of your count, your blessing. So this is the today's session. And let me brief what we have to do today. We have to count our blessings. What are the blessings we have? We have to share the thank you moment of in the group, and at the same time we have to find out the mistake if we have done any in the past, how we can dig down where I can learn something from that mistake, how I can modify my personality, and where I can give the gratitude to the person of the positive places where we have spent, and convert your learning into the blessing. So by that way we can do today's activities, and before going to sleep we have to do the magical rock practice. So you can write all these things, or you can just sit for 5 minutes and visualize and find out and resolve it. And in the end of all these findings, what are the good or the gratitude points in the other person, we have to say that thank you, thank you, thank you for perfect resolution. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the perfect resolution that we will say today. So this is all about, and tomorrow we will talk about how we can use the power of the creative visualization for your our future work, and how we can create magical to-do list, magnificent outcome, and magical morning, remember our magic. All these things we will cover tomorrow, which will be the day 6. And before day 7 we will do the relationship once more, and day 7 will be the connect with the universe. So this is all about from our side. Thank you everyone for joining the session. God bless you all.